And that's me. Once upon a windy night, in a western land with dusty breath, there roamed a little princess child, searching for fairies under the spell of death. Oh, why did all the fairies go? Have they fallen by the knife? Help me break the spell of death. Help me bring them back to life. The fairies were once alive with soul. Their voices whispered with song. They held the hands of children and blessed them all day long. The oceans rolled on sandy floors. The mermaids played in their wake. Fairy secrets hum in shells. Heaven on earth we make. But then the sands of earth were laid quiet and very bare, a loom warping the shadows still, weaving ghosts in the despair. The waters of the salty sea abandoned the ocean's ground. The prophets of the seashells were left without a sound. The princess looked to fables for help, where legends of fairies are found. Their stories of magic and twilight bring the fairies to higher ground. Every fairy tale has power, she would tell them in her quest. Chanting the stories out loud would bring them back to nest. Oh, why did all the fairies go? Have they fallen by the knife? Help me break the spell of death. Help me bring them back to life. She looked for them in the garden. She even looked under a bush. She asked the man made out of stone, but was greeted with a shush. She searched the chimney of every home, with cookies and milk on a plate, but only fire and ash were found. Perhaps she was too late. She looked for every pastel egg while wearing her Sunday best, and joined the bunny for every hunt, but no fairies were found on her quest. She flipped every child's pillow and rattled each coin purse. Finding her fairy's freedom would break the lasting curse. In her search, the princess grew weary, her eyes closing more with every cry. Finally, in desperation, she prayed and again asked the question, why? Why did all the fairies go? Have they fallen by the knife? Help me break the spell of death. Help me bring them back to life. An owl flew up beside her and surprised her with a who. His question was not why, and then up and away he flew. What a strange bird, said the princess. Who? What kind of question is that? What I want to know is why, and he can only say who and fly. The princess was now living in darkness. Her loss was tricking her fate. Her faith was hiding in smallness, but her fairies were worth the wait. Her light began to peak, beckoned by the sun, a nod to her faith and patience. Her power had just begun. Her glow was growing with heat, warming the mass to release. The rays beamed down a message. One more question would bring her peace. The fairies are not dead, my dear. Open your eyes at last. The question is not why, but who, in your journey to unravel the past. Finally, her eyes were open. The freedom she felt was so new. Fairies shined all around her. Now that the question was who, when trouble meets your path, or when sadness brings you tears, it's the who we meet along the way that eases our burdens and fears. For it's who we meet in our story, the souls who heal the pain, the sun that shines in our darkness, the drought that's healed by the rain. And on this journey that is your life, your fairy tale that's true, for those you meet upon the road, their fairy must be you.